Hey guys, I don't know what happened. I was on my phone and all of a sudden it just bumped me out. But we're going to go ahead. Hopefully you guys come on back in, come back in, come back in. Okay, guys, come on back in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't know what happened, but we got knocked off. So we're back on. Welcome, welcome, guys. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Georgia. Good morning. Hey, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome to the morning charge up call. We're going to get started in about 2 minutes. We'll get started in about 2 minutes. So come on back in. Welcome, 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 guys. Go ahead and share the video. Hey, Carol. How's it going, sweetheart? Welcome. Welcome. Hey, Dr. Kim. Welcome. Hey, Lair Coach. Hey, Sylvia. Welcome. Hello there, Wanda. Welcome, welcome. Guys, we'll be getting started here in just a few moments. I want to welcome each and every one of you to the morning charge up call. So glad to have you. I believe that this call is indeed a very soft place to land every single morning where you'll be encouraged, inspired, supported, and loved right here on the morning charge up call. Happy Monday to each and every one of you. Happy Monday. I want to go to something that I read earlier this morning and I want to share it with you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Guys, go ahead and share the video. Hey, Kiana, welcome. So glad to have you guys this morning. Shamika, welcome, welcome. Hey, Heather, welcome. Melanie, welcome. And Adriana, welcome, welcome. Sylvia, hey, glad to have you guys. Let's go ahead and we'll get started this morning. Go ahead, share the video, ladies and gentlemen. Where you are, we're coming off of an amazing weekend this past weekend. And so I am fired up and ready to go. Hopefully you guys are. I've been seeing several of you on Facebook and you've had some incredible weekends as well. I know my good friend Lynn, she's forever somewhere with her boys, whether it's basketball or baseball. And, you know, there's just always so much to do when you're a mother and a dad. So we don't want to leave the dads out either. But welcome, guys. And again, happy Monday to each and every one of you. Hopefully your weekend was as incredible as you wanted it to be. And you woke up today fired up and excited. You woke up this morning fired up, even though it's Monday morning. I know many are driving into work. Maybe you're in traffic. But I want you to just have just a level of gratitude. If you are up and if you are moving today, just a level of gratitude, you know, thanking God for this day, for fresh grace and mercy that we have every single morning. We get a fresh scoop of it. And so I want to share a quick story. A friend of mine out in South Africa sent it to me. And obviously was yesterday because, you know, they're 7 hours ahead of us. But I was watching the story and it inspired me to tears this morning because it just showed you that there are still good people around. And sometimes you experience so many things, so many hateful things and so many, you know, backstabbing things or whatever it might be. But stories like this really remind you that we really are great people. We're great human beings and we were created for greatness. And sometimes our environment and experiences and situations take us into places where we become not so good people. And many of us have experienced that. And so the story goes on. It was this young man. He's 20 years old, and he had been laid off from UPS. And he had been putting in applications everywhere, you know, trying to get a job, and no one had reached back. And so he got a call from a moving company and said, hey, listen, you got the job. You know, you got to be at XYZ at 7:30. And his car had broken down, so he didn't have a car. His friend had bailed out, you know, on him and couldn't take him to work. So he started off to work walking over 20 miles. And he left that night like at 11:45. And he said he walked so far and he'd stop and he'd take a 2-minute rest. Even when I talk about it, I get emotional because it's so amazing. He would walk and he'd take a 2-minute rest. And he'd walk more. And so there was a police officer that pulled over to the side and said, hey, you know, are you okay? And I know in this day and time, when you're walking anywhere, you know, whether it's a stranger or if it's a police officer, there's fear that set in because of what the world is showing us and what is going on in the world. And he was a young African-American man, kind of wears his hair, young man, kind of wears his hair like my son. And he could have easily been, you know, prejudged or whatever it is. And so the guy said, you know, well, wait a minute. So he called another friend of his, the police officer that lived in the area, and asked him if he could come and take this young man the rest of the way. And so he did. And he took him to the homeowner's home, whose house he was going to move. And when the door opened, it was this Caucasian lady. And here's this little black boy, 20 years old. And the gentleman said, hey, you know, he explained what happened, that he's early, you know, he's waiting on the rest of the crew, but he walked, you know, most of the way here, and I picked him up, and he's okay. And so the lady that opened the door, she said she was a mother and she could really tell that he was a good kid, right? And so she offered him to go upstairs and take a rest before they got started, because he'd walked so far. And so he said to her, he said, no, ma'am, he said, I want to go ahead and get started, you know. And he did that. And because of his determination, see, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you just got to be determined. Whatever it is that's happening in your life, and, you know, all the setbacks, and, you know, whatever it is, you know, you got to be determined. So because of his determination, the owner of the moving company said to him in a video, hey, listen, you know, I can't even remember his name right now, but he said, hey, listen, this is my car, but I want you to have my car. So the owner of the moving company gave the little 20-year-old African-American boy, and I'm using color because sometimes there's a wedge because we're different. We're different colors. We're from different backgrounds. We have different makeups. And so here was this CEO, and I wore this shirt for a reason. Here was the CEO of the moving company, Caucasian male, who gave this little 20-year-old black boy his car. He said, your determination did something to me. And then the lady, the homeowner, whose house he had gone to move, she was so touched by his story. She set up a GoFundMe account. She only wanted to raise $2,000. But because of his determination, that GoFundMe raised over $90,000. And because of who he was, not his situation, but because who God made him to be. See, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you take on your situation, but that's not who you are. It's just what you're walking through right now. But because of his determination, that GoFundMe made over $90,000. This baby took 25,000 of the 90, and he donated it to an organization that helped him when he was in high school. And the founder of the organization, you know, wrote a letter and showed up and said, hey, listen, with your permission, we want to take that $25,000 that you gave us, and we want to put a scholarship in your name. And he was blown away. So the moral of the story is you got to be determined. When you are determined, and when you make a decision that nothing is going to stop you, he lines it up. He put everything in the right place. He put that police officer right in the right place. He put the homeowner in the right attitude. And then the owner of the moving company with the right heart. And all of this just lined up for this little boy at 20 years old. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you get it. I hope that you understand that there's still good people in the world. There's still people that love people. And regardless to what is going on, regardless to what hurt, what pain, who did you in, who did you wrong, who saw you, who did not see you, it does not matter. God sees you. And when you're doing what is right, because it's the right thing to do, he will line it up every single time. I was so touched by this story, because I'm a mother as well. My son just turned 20 years old yesterday. And to see this young man with so much determination, it just reminded me that we all have what it takes. And sometimes all we got to do is start walking. All we got to do is start walking. See, he didn't have a car. His friend bailed out on him. Obviously, he didn't have a mom or a dad who cared enough to take him where he wanted to go or needed to go. So all he did was start walking. Started walking. And the more he walked, he stopped and took a rest. He just walked and walked and walked. Started at 11:45 the night before to be at a job the next day. Guys, that's determination. And I'm not surprised that the world has now heard his story. He was just on Steve Harvey not long ago. And Steve Harvey was so blown. He's like, man, you were me. I see you and me, man. I came from dirt. I came from nothing. And we know, look at where Steve Harvey is today. He said, this path that you're on, stay there. It wasn't by accident. Ladies and gentlemen, the path that you're on, stay there. Stay there and start walking. Because when you take 2 steps forward, guess what? God's going to take 2 steps with you. When you start walking, the people with power and influence will be able to help you. If you start walking, ladies and gentlemen, everything will line up the way that it's needed. The universe will open up for you. There'll be good people like this homeowner who set up the GoFundMe for $2,000 and it raised $90,000. See, when you start walking, ladies and gentlemen, it's all going to line up. And so there he is, this little 20-year-old boy from nothing, right? And Steve Harvey, they give him a trip to Grenada, all expense paid and all of these great things. And he's going to stay in a 2-bedroom villa. And Steve says, you probably never been in a 2-bedroom apartment. He said, no, sir, never been in a 2-bedroom apartment. He said, you probably don't even have a passport either. He said, no, sir. There was never really a reason for me to ever get a passport. And so, guys, I stopped by to tell you this morning that, it doesn't matter where you are right now in your season. It doesn't matter, what door has been closed. This baby had been putting in job application after job application and nobody hired him. But see, God lined it up because he already knew this baby was going to need a car. So he lined up the right job with the right CEO at the helm of that job that had a good heart, that gave him his car. See, don't worry about the door that closed. Don't worry about the haters. Listen, I've dealt with haters all my life. All my life. Why? That's just what it was. But I thank God for the parents that I had that loved me and put me in an environment that was conducive for me to win. And so, ladies and gentlemen, don't worry about the naysayers. Don't worry about the bank that didn't give you the loan. Don't worry about the people, who wronged you. Don't worry about that. Just start walking and be determined. I'm talking to you and I'm talking to me at the same time. Just start walking and be determined. The season that you in may seem like it's a dry season, may seem like a drought, but all you got to do is be determined. And I'm going to use Carr as his last name. I can't even think of his first name, but I'm going to use him as my inspiration of determination. Because we know when you're determined, nothing can stop you. It doesn't matter who it is. Nothing in the world can stop you. All right. So guys, I hope you receive it today. If you did, type in the comment section that you received it. If you were inspired, give us a thumbs up. Let us know that you were inspired today. And I tell you guys that every single time that I have an opportunity to share here on the Morning Charge Up Call, I'm inspired. I'm excited about my future. I'm excited about your future. I'm excited about just this day and this time that we have right here. And so join us every morning at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. I believe that you will be encouraged. I believe that you will be inspired. And don't forget to go out and be that minister in the marketplace. I'm not saying, lay hands on anybody, but just show somebody a smile. Guys, that's ministry in this aching world, right? Give somebody a hug and squeeze them. That's a ministry in this aching world, right? Hold open the door for somebody today. Right? Just say something kind to someone, right? Give them a compliment. Any good deed is not going unnoticed. So don't let the day close without a good deed today. Definitely, make it your business. Start your morning with a morning of love and gratitude. And guys, we will see you guys tomorrow at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the Morning Charge Up Call. We have 15 minutes of inspiration every single day, Monday through Friday. And I'm so excited that I get to be a part of that. So have a great day. God bless you. And we'll see you guys at the top. Because we say the bottom is way too crowded. All right. God bless you. Goodbye, everybody.